Mark and Lisa had shared an office for 3 years, and in that time, they had bickered about everything imaginable: thermostat settings, coffee choices, even the way the printer paper should be loaded. Their arguments weren't serious, just small, petty grievances that built up over time. "You always leave your empty coffee cups on the desk," Lisa huffed one morning, pushing aside yet another abandoned mug. Mark barely looked up from his screen. "And you always take my stapler and never return it." Lisa rolled her eyes. "Maybe because you keep hoarding all the good office supplies." Mark smirked. "Or maybe you just don't appreciate a well-organized workspace." It was like this every day, tiny disagreements that neither of them could seem to let go. But things came to a head when their manager announced they had to collaborate on an important project. They were responsible for preparing a pitch for a potential client, and their ability to work together would be crucial. The first meeting was a disaster. Lisa wanted a sleek, minimalist presentation, while Mark insisted on detailed charts and data. They spent more time arguing than actually working. "Your slides are too boring," Mark said bluntly. "And yours look like a math textbook," Lisa shot back. Their boss, sensing the tension, pulled them aside. "I don't care how you do it, but you two need to figure out how to work together. The client meeting is in 3 days." Faced with a deadline, they had no choice but to compromise. Mark let Lisa handle the design, while Lisa agreed to include Mark's detailed data, presented in a visually appealing way. Slowly, they realized that their differences actually complemented each other. "You know," Lisa admitted as they wrapped up the final draft, "your charts do make the information clearer." Mark grinned. "And your designs make my data less soul-crushing to look at." The presentation was a success, and for the first time, they saw each other in a new light. Not as work rivals, but as a team. From then on, the petty arguments didn't disappear entirely, but they carried a different tone. Instead of frustrating each other, they found humor in their differences. "Hey, Lisa," Mark called out one afternoon, waving his stapler. "Need to borrow this? Just promise you'll bring it back this time." Lisa laughed as she grabbed it. "Only if you clean up your coffee cups." And just like that, their little office war became a friendly game.